You believe the truth will set you free, that your hard work, your good intentions, and the sincerity of your heart will eventually be recognized. You think that reality is solid, that facts are undeniable, and that what is real will always triumph over what is false. This belief is not a virtue, it is a fatal weakness. It is the single greatest reason you are overlooked, underestimated, and outmaneuvered by people who are not better than you, but who are masters of a darker, more powerful art, the art of appearance. They taught you to be authentic. They did not teach you that in the theater of power. The audience does not want the real actor. They want the character he plays. The moment you step onto the stage of your career, your relationships, and your social life, you are no longer judged by who you are. You are judged by the costume you wear, the lines you deliver, and the confidence with which you play your part. Machiavelli knew this 5 centuries ago. He wrote the immortal law: everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. This is not a cynical observation. It is the operating manual for human nature. People are lazy creatures of perception. They do not have the time, the energy, or the desire to conduct a deep investigation into your true character. They will not read your soul. They will read your surface. They will make a swift, brutal, and often permanent judgment based on your posture, your tone, your composure, and the story you project. And here is the coldest truth. Once that judgment is made, it becomes their reality. Your truth no longer matters. Their perception of you is now the truth they will act upon. This is why the less competent but more polished man gets the job. He did not have a better resume, he had a better performance. His suit was sharper, his handshake was firmer, his answers were delivered with an unshakable certainty. You, with your genuine qualifications but nervous demeanor, were perceived as less capable. The truth of your skill was irrelevant. The appearance of his confidence was everything. This is why the manipulator with a charming smile can shatter relationships. He does not need to be a good person. He only needs to appear as one. He masters the language of sincerity, the performance of empathy, and people hand him their trust. The truly good man, who is perhaps awkward or reserved, is seen as cold or arrogant. The truth of his heart is invisible. The appearance of the other's warmth is what decides the game. You are losing not because you are not good enough, but because you are playing the wrong game. You are playing the game of reality in a world that only rewards the masters of appearance. While you focus on being true, they focus on being perceived as effective. And in the cold calculus of power, the man who is perceived as a king will always be given a crown, before the man who merely proves he deserves one. The truth is a blunt instrument. Appearance is a scalpel. The man who wields only the truth can build, but he cannot sculpt. He is a laborer of reality. The man who masters appearance is an artist of perception, and he can create empires from thin air. To stop being a victim of this game, you must become a student of it. You must understand that your appearance is not a passive reflection of who you are. It is an active weapon you must forge, aim, and fire with ruthless precision. This is not about deception for the sake of lying. It is about strategic communication in a world that reads signals faster than it reads facts. The path to mastering your fate begins with mastering your performance. The first battlefield is your own body. Before you speak a single word, your posture has already announced your position in the hierarchy. The man who feels defeated, uncertain, or apologetic for his own existence shrinks. His shoulders curve inward, his head bows. His movements are small and hesitant. He is physically asking the world to overlook him, and the world gladly obliges. The man of power, however, understands that his body is the first declaration of his will. He occupies space. His posture is upright, open, and calm. He moves with a deliberate economy, never rushing, never fidgeting. This projects an aura of immense control and self-possession. It tells everyone in the room without a word, I am not threatened by you. I am the source of my own certainty. This physical performance is not a trick. It is a discipline. You must train your body to broadcast power even when your mind is filled with doubt. The second front is your voice. The content of your words is secondary to the music of their delivery. A powerful truth whispered with a trembling voice is perceived as a lie. A calculated lie delivered with calm, resonant authority is perceived as truth. The voice of the weak man is a plea. It is often high-pitched, fast-paced, and littered with qualifiers. I think, maybe, sort of. He is vocally asking for his opinions to be validated. The voice of power is a decree. It is measured in pace, lower in pitch and firm in tone. It does not ask for agreement. It presumes it. To master your voice, you must strip it of all supplication. Speak in clear, declarative statements. Use silence as a punctuation of power, letting your words land with weight before continuing. Your voice is the soundtrack to your appearance. If the music is weak, the entire performance fails. The third and most crucial element is the mastery of emotional appearance, what Machiavelli called being a great simulator and dissimulator. The prey is emotionally transparent. His anger flashes in his eyes. His disappointment is plain on his face. His excitement makes him careless. He is an open book for any manipulator to read and exploit. The predator, by contrast, is a master of the iron mask. His face is a tool of strategic communication, not a mirror of his soul. He can appear calm in a crisis, interested in the boring and indifferent to a victory. This makes him terrifyingly unreadable. His opponents never know his true intentions. His allies are never certain of his emotional state. This unpredictability is his greatest defense and his most potent weapon. He understands that the man who controls his own appearance of emotion controls the emotional reactions of everyone around him. While they are lost in the storm, he is the calm, calculating eye of the hurricane, directing its path. The mastery of appearance culminates in the ultimate strategic advantage: control over your own fate. When you are no longer a slave to how you feel and you are no longer a victim of how others perceive you, you become the author of your own narrative. The truth of your circumstances, your past failures, your present insecurities, your secret doubts, becomes irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the story you project. And a story told with enough conviction and consistency becomes a reality that the world has no choice but to accept. This is the final and most profound power of appearance. It does not just reflect the world, it creates it. The man who appears powerful will be given power. The man who appears wise will be sought for counsel. The man who appears successful will attract opportunities. This is not magic. It is the fundamental law of social physics. The world is a mirror. It reflects back the image you project. The prey projects an image of neediness, uncertainty, and hope. He hopes for a chance, hopes to be noticed, hopes to be saved. The world reflects this back to him by treating him as needy and uncertain, and it leaves him to save himself. The predator projects an image of self-contained authority. He does not need your approval. He does not need your opportunity. His appearance says, "I create my own." The world, sensing this immense gravity, is pulled into his orbit. It offers him power not because he asked for it, but because his very appearance declared it was already his. Machiavelli's wisdom is timeless because he understood that the fate of men is decided not in the realm of objective fact, but in the theater of human perception. You can spend your life insisting on your true worth, your hidden talents, and your good intentions. You will be a noble, honest, and forgotten man. Or you can accept the ruthless truth that you are the director, the actor, and the costume designer of your own life. Your fate will be decided by the quality of your performance. When you master the art of appearance, you stop letting the world write your story. You pick up the pen and you write your own ending. You decide whether you are a victim or a victor, a pawn or a king. The truth will not determine your fate. The appearance you masterfully construct will. That is the coldest truth, and it is the only one that can truly set you free.